Hello, I'm Wyatt the Nerd, and in this video is the 200th video of Wyatt the Nerd. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. I'm just so glad I reached 200, and thanks to all my fans because I probably won't be at 100. I'll probably be at, like, if I didn't have as many fans, I would probably be at. I would probably still be at 100. But now I keep making videos daily so I can give my fans videos. And now we're at 200, and the 200th video special of Wyatt the Nerd is Inside Out, because today I will be reviewing Inside Out, which I gotta admit that this movie was just so awesome. This was just way more better than I expected, and even way more better than Toy Story 3, even though that's my favorite Pixar movie. And you know why? Well, I thought this movie was going to be just like Big Hero 6 because it was rated 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Big Hero 6 was rated on 100% on Rotten Tomatoes when it came out. Yeah, this is just when it comes out, or I just saw the special showings because the movie actually comes out tomorrow, but I just saw the special showings for it, but probably could stay 100% till tomorrow, and yep, I think it will be, which I just thought it was going to be Big Hero, just like Big Hero 6, but no, this was just so entertaining. This was like a roller coaster ride. It was just so enjoyable, and it seems like the movie was like, okay, you have to stay in your seat. Like, this movie is just so entertaining. Like, this is like a ride you could just sit through, then just watch it. And like, I saw how long this movie was, and it was only like 1 hour and 47 minutes. That's the usual of a kid's movie. But when I saw it, I thought it was gonna be just short. Like, it's gonna feel like the length of Sponge Out of Water, but that's pretty much as long as Sponge Out of Water. But when I saw it, I was actually just so shocked. It felt like a long kids movie, and it felt like a long kids movie. Like, no part didn't make me bored. Like, no part I say, okay, move on. The only part when I said move on, which had nothing to do with the movie, was the short before the movie called Lava, which that has nothing to do with the movie. I'm just saying that if you see this movie at the movie theaters, you see this short before Inside Out, just like any other Disney Pixar film called Lava. But I just wanted to move on so I could see the movie, so then I did, and this movie was just so awesome. It's just really hard to describe how good this movie is. The only thing I could say is that this movie is just so enjoyable. This movie is better than any kids movie I saw this year yet. It's better than Sponge Out of Water, Cinderella, the 2015 edition, Home, and Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Wait, is that even a kids film? Well, it's rated PG, and also it's awful. But anyways, another kids film. Oh yeah, that's all it. Yeah, these 4 kids films I saw this year are just so much better than Inside Out. I don't mean 4 more films. I don't mean that. I mean Inside Out is better than these 4 films. Like, Inside Out is way better than Sponge Out of Water, Cinderella, Home, and Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. That's how good this movie is. This movie is just awesome. Just plain awesome. You could just stay in your seat, and it seems like the movie grabs you, and you're like, oh, I gotta go. But it seems like it just makes you comfort in your seat, and you just want to stay in your seat and watch the rest. This movie is just so good at pace, but sometimes, like, this is not really big of a problem, but probably nobody has this problem, but sometimes they talk about stuff and then they just leave it. Like, you think this thing is going to be very important to the story, but then, like, a few minutes later, they don't, like, the rest of the film, they don't even talk about it. It doesn't really happen that much, but it just happens sometimes. Which, anyways, this movie was just so awesome. I really recommend you this movie if you're a huge Disney fan, or if you just like comedy. Oh yeah, I forgot about the comedy. The comedy was actually very good. They kept doing comedy and comedy again and again, and none of the comedy got boring actually. Like usually for comedy films, I was all in my reviews for comedy films. I always say, "Oh, the comedy's boring." I mean, most of the comedy's funny, but sometimes they do it on the serious parts. No, they do the comedy on when it's supposed to be funny, and on the serious parts they make it serious. They don't try to put funny stuff in it. I mean, this movie is just very funny, and I'm just so glad they don't put funny parts and like serious parts in this movie. And I'm just so glad they don't do that. I'm glad they just put the funny parts when the what part it is in needs to be funny. And the jokes, every joke in this is very good. Some give me chuckles, some I just laugh at. And this is just like a roller coaster ride, and it's just so fun. And it seems like you can't even get out of your seat, like to stretch out or something. It just grabs you in. Like the movie just grabs you in, and then you get to drink your soda or eat more popcorn. That's how good this movie is. And I like this movie way more better than Toy Story 3. And that's how good this movie is. So I would give it like a 9.5 out of 10. Or maybe a 9.3. I don't think I'll give it like a 9.3 out of 10 or 9.5. This movie was just so awesome. I really recommend you to watch this. And yeah, this is just an awesome movie. So yeah, and also this is way better than Big Hero 6. Just so much better. So much better than pretty much any Disney Pixar films. I'm not sure about Disney animated films. I bet there is some Disney animated films that are sort of better than Inside Out. But for right now, this is probably going to be for a while the best Pixar movie. So yeah, and also this movie sort of feels like Up. I don't know why. I have no clue why. It just sort of feels like Up. And I sort of remember when I actually saw that in theaters. I was only 4 years old. And I was like, what is even going on when I saw Up in theaters? But this movie just sort of feels like Up. And I thought I was going to feel like I was watching Up during this movie. Because that's what they said in the posters, that this is from the creators of Up. So I said, oh yeah, this might be just like Up. And it is sort of. I mean, it's not too serious as Up, even though I love Up. It's not like too serious as Up, but it's still a really good film. I just love this movie. Like I already said, I'll probably give this a 9.3 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and bye.